we are live, Untrue Lies. We're hamming them out. I mean,
oh, 3 in a row?
Well, we
Plus
did
this weekend. This
we
weekend
did
is huge.
3 hours alive this weekend.
Yeah.
You know, the big Camp Cadet.
That was fun.
Northern Tier Camp Cadet cornhole tournament. Big turnout. Just, I mean,
a lot of cornholing.
Yeah. A lot of cornholing.
A lot of bags.
A lot of bags.
Bags.
The bags were flying.
Interviewed some cool people.
Yeah, got to bring some people on, and we had some really good guests, and yeah, it went very well.
Yeah, I don't know. The Shawnees impressed me. We got to go to their clubhouse. We got to go do a broadcast at the clubhouse.
Okay, yeah. I mean, they're just they're like the mother chapter of the whole thing.
Right.
Yeah. So
we'll see. Maybe in the future. We said we're going to get out. You know,
we're getting out.
You never know.
So now that we got that the remote thing taken care of, or we can go remote.
Right. Yeah, Croc did a good job on it.
Great job, and all of you got to see his face. And,
yeah,
and did some filling in. We had to take a break, and it did really well. We're tasting.
Yeah.
Doing a little tasting.
There's some more bottles here, I see.
Yep, we're doing a little tasting. Bottles have been coming in that I'm buying.
We have some prospectives coming.
There's some perspectives,
but
I've heard talk of people,
no dividends.
No, I'm not seeing that. There's been no results, but I've heard some talk. So, what's been going on this week? Anything
this week? It's been a nice week, right? Got the motorcycle out for the first time. Did you?
I was out yesterday. Wife and I took a little ride.
Nice.
I thought it was Thursday.
Put the warden on the back, did you?
The warden was on the back. We took a nice little ride. I thought it was Thursday. I said, we'll go up to Max for wings.
Oh, yes.
We got up to Max, and I didn't realize it was Wednesday. And something cool that he does, like one Wednesday a month, is he cooks like a regular sit-down meal. Taters and meat taters and veggies and that stuff. And the folks from the senior center go up. Oh, there was packed in there. And I'm like, oh, look at all the cars. And I got in, and there was also a lot of wheelchairs and walkers.
Yeah.
But
not a lot of hooping and hollering, though.
No, good group of folks.
Maybe some hollering.
Good group of folks. I talked to a lady, Ann Wheaton, was in there, go over and talk to me, and she has something that very few people have still in box.
You have my attention.
That I am going to be picking up, and it's a 48-star flag.
Really?
Original.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Wow. Before the Alaska and Hawaii.
Yes.
They don't count anyway.
Oh, I mean. But I told her, I said, just think, the one we have now is going to be a little bit out of date. She goes, yeah, we're going to have.
I seen it was released. I haven't read anything, but you're ahead of me.
80,000 pages. I'll be done sometime next year.
Well, I figured somebody would do the highlights for me.
I did ask the Chat GPT to give me a summary.
Right.
That wasn't working out.
No.
They aren't quite up to date yet.
They're not. They didn't even make it through the 80,000
yet. But I did speak with our expert.
Yes.
Our JFK expert.
Yes.
And she is going through all the documents and preparing, and she'll be coming on and giving her expert opinion. She said she's been getting calls like crazy.
Right.
Everybody wants to know what she knows.
Mm-hmm.
So
I look forward to that one. I think that'd be a good one. Yeah.
Yeah, she's gonna put it all down. So I don't want to get too ahead of myself.
No, no secret. Don't give away secrets.
I've found some really interesting stuff.
Yeah.
There's some really neat stuff out there.
I'm sure something will come to light. It'll be interesting, I guess.
And okay, something else that's going on. I just gotta talk about it because this is stupid. The people that were pushing for us to buy electric cars are now burning them.
Yeah, a little ridiculous. I had a similar story to that too, right? I heard a story, something about they're painting swastikas on these things, and here's one guy, he's Jewish, right? Like that's not cool. That's just not.
No.
Come on. Is that where we've come? Is that where we're at now?
Listen, is that what we're doing?
Yeah. Does that make you feel better? I don't know. I just, that's a shame. That's a shame that.
It is. let's not discriminate. You know, aren't we way above this
Right.
now?
What'd you solve? What'd you solve?
I think we're way above
Yeah.
the racism and the discrimination. Come on. No way. Speaking of that, so I see in town we have 5 legal
Yeah.
immigrants that work at Emporium Hardwoods.
Yeah.
Somebody put a sign out in their yard to call ICE, has the number, the website, protect your children, 5 male men living in a house, gave the address of the house. That's concerning to me.
That's shitty.
You know,
You know,
if the person that put that in their yard worked half as hard as those 5 guys do,
right.
they've not caused any trouble. You don't see them in a bar. You know, they're not out causing any problems. They work 10 to 12 hours a day, and that's nonstop.
Yeah.
And they're all legally working.
Yeah. Leave it alone.
Leave it alone.
Mind your business.
Something else. Local news. GKN Airport Plant.
Yeah.
Was reading in the Cameron County Echo, which puts out all the news for the county. Great little rag there. They do good work. So there's a prospective buyer. They're going through the phase of evaluation and probably doing some soil samples and all that stuff. So yeah.
Well,
let's hope.
Let's hope something.
Let's
right?
hope. They're saying 40 to 60 jobs.
Okay.
It's a manufacturer that is just looking for a Northeast presence.
Okay.
So,
well, it'd be better than just an empty lot.
A lot better than another empty building.
Yeah.
So,
yeah,
you know, there's some good news for the town of Emporium.
Yeah. Yeah. Good. That's good.
Yeah. Good to hear. A lot of good things going on in Emporium. I see. You know, ride the street, drive down the street. You know, look at our town. Look at drive down Main Street. All the storefronts.
Yeah, I'd say that's it. Probably. Yeah. Okay.
All the storefronts are full again.
Okay. All right.
You know, local little mom and pop shops. You know, that are full.
Right. Well, the turnout at the other day, it wasn't lagging for sure. It was the biggest they ever had to date. Right. Every year is just another bigger year.
Yeah.
You know, so there's still things going on. There's still people there.
Over 200 and some people in that place.
Right. We had 144 players at least. Right?
54.
Or 54, and I figure another 50 support. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Easy 200 people there. Yeah.
So, you know, and mostly from out of town.
Mm-hmm.
That's the kind of stuff, you know, they're in town. Or they go home, they're going to stop down at a restaurant, get a bite to eat. You know, they're going to stop in, you know, they're here.
They're here. You're causing traffic. No such thing as bad publicity, and that's all good publicity anyway. But it's all every little bit counts.
All good stuff. So, kind of have a topic. I again rabbit hole.
Oh,
I went down. So there's this fella, this Bob Joyce fella.
Bob Joyce.
So if you look this up on the YouTube, look this up, YouTubers, look it up on the channel here. Bob Joyce. It's Elvis Presley.
Oh, yes. Oh, I did hear about this. Yeah.
There's been analytics done on it. His laugh, his voice, his face. This guy is Elvis Presley.
Even, I know the Bigfoot thing, me and you went back a little bit forth a little bit. I believe you on this one, though. I'm with you on this. I think you're right.
As an Elvis fan,
absolutely.
I was like, no.
You're all shook up.
Yeah.
Hey, Croc over there.
But this guy, I mean, he sings, they have him singing the same song as Elvis is singing.
A lot of gospel. He's a preacher. Is he a preacher?
He's a preacher.
Yeah. And we knew he had, Elvis had a soft heart for the religion.
And then
I'm
going back. So now I'm watching interviews.
Mm-hmm.
There's an interview with Lisa Marie Presley and what was the wife's name there?
Oh, Priscilla.
Priscilla. It was Lisa Marie and Priscilla.
Yeah.
And they were doing it. This guy was interviewing them, and he said, what would your dad think of this, and when she answered, and Priscilla said, well, that's what he was just saying yesterday. and then she stopped.
Oh, caught him. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. There it is. It might be something.
I mean, why not?
Guy just had enough, right? I mean, he had enough.
Listen,
Oh, Colonel screwed him over, right?
this Colonel guy, if you watch that show that ignoramus Tom Hanks played in,
Yeah, he's been to the island.
Island dweller Tom Hanks.
Been to the island a couple times. Right?
Yeah, I used to be a Tom Hanks fan, just because I like Forrest Gump. It was a great
don't
movie.
let it ruin Forrest Gump.
I just don't want it to ruin that for me because
because
Mom always said life is like a box
right.
of chocolates.
It's a cultural piece for sure.
Yeah, but it was just upsetting
watching
that and the way that he controlled Elvis and what he did.
Yeah,
he was a con man. He was just a straight up con man.
Yes, he was. He
just absolutely horrible. And I think Elvis just needed to get away. I think it was just I gotta go. I gotta get away.
Do I believe it. I really do believe it. That might be
the people. So when Elvis was laid out, it was open to the public to come and view.
Okay.
A lot of people said that it looked just like a wax figure.
Could be. I don't know. I wasn't there. I didn't get to see it, but I know. I think that the man had enough and escaped public. Yeah, I can believe that. Yeah, I can.
I think it's interesting. Something to tweak the brain a little bit.
What's this guy's name again, though?
Bob Joyce.
Bob Joyce.
Yeah, Bob Joyce.
What a good name to pick, right? Bob.
Yeah.
Bob.
But just
Joyce.
It's just so they have Elvis laughing, and then they play a clip of him laughing.
Right. Can't fake a laugh.
No.
You can't fake a laugh.
No,
well, you can, but it don't look right.
No, it doesn't look right, and it's spot on, and it's just absolutely amazing to watch. So if you want to go down that rabbit hole, people, go ahead and get on it. I'm telling you, you'll be amazed.
You'll be a believer. For
yeah.
Sure.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
You'll be a believer because it's that similar, just that similar, and he has a beard.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No.
Of course.
Well, Elvis never had a beard, right?
And white hair.
Right. Well,
so of course, yeah, it's gonna, but very similar build.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very interesting. It's a good little. It kind of gives some of us that are true Elvis fans, well, hopefully he didn't die on the shitter.
No, not a way
hopefully he
out,
didn't
right?
die on the shitter and he escaped and was able to live a life that he wanted to live. Because also in that another interview, Priscilla was talking about how he always talked about being a preacher.
There you go.
And this is way before this. And the other thing is, there's no pictures of this Bob Joyce before Elvis died.
Right.
No, there's no record. There's no nothing of this guy before Elvis.
It could be,
which is something that I would like the government. I'd like President Trump. I know you watch our podcast. I saw that you subscribed. So what I'd like you to do is look into the FBI files, because Elvis was an FBI agent.
That's right. He was an honorary Tricky Dick there, didn't he?
Yeah. So did he get witness protection? Did they basically just give him a new life?
Could have. Might have been a reason for that, right?
Yeah.
It's on the book.
Let's open up those files. They're out there. I know they are.
Well, for the man's privacy, maybe not. I don't know. If it's true, I hope we find out if this man passes away and we find this out
that he lived
a double life.
Yep, and was able to actually enjoy his life.
Right.
As just a
not going to be angry about that. Right?
No, just a common man. It'd be a great hope.
Right.
It really would.
Yeah.
Unlike the other one that people are talking about now.
Yeah.
MJ.
MJ. I was gonna let you bring it up. Yeah.
Michael
MJ.
Jackson.
Michael Jackson.
So
yeah.
And again, I can see as a disturbed man and what he had to go through.
Right. No, he didn't have a good childhood.
No, also just wanting to escape.
Right.
But with a face like that, how do you escape?
Ugh.
I mean, where did he go? What did he do? Do we have any information on this?
Well, now you disagreed on me, and I believe that one too.
I just don't.
You did.
I just really think that Michael quits.
Do you think he's still alive?
No, I think he's gone.
Okay.
More at his own hands than the doctors.
Possibly. Yeah, I see. I see what you're saying.
I just think that,
well,
he was going through
the public,
through a rough
the whole
time.
public thing.
He wasn't in the best of health.
No.
I mean, you could tell there.
So frail.
Yeah. It just didn't. He didn't look good, and was trying to fill his life with a bunch of crap,
right,
to make himself feel good, and all the stuff in the world's never going to make you feel good when you have that going. Early years, I was an MJ fan.
Yeah, no, ABCs, yeah, it's good stuff.
Ben was about his pet mouse.
I didn't know, I'm not familiar with that one, but okay.
Yeah, Ben. He was out on his own there. He was a young kid.
Yeah.
And then they had, did you ever get to watch the Jackson 5 cartoon?
I think I did see that once or twice, yes. Yeah, I didn't know there was that.
Afros.
Oh, I know.
Afros were ridiculous.
Yeah.
I mean, they were out there. I mean, I don't know what they did there. I don't know how that works. Because I just don't have hair like that.
Right.
Yeah, and it's amazing that family all looks this. They're so damn similar.
He lost a lot of friends too, right? He was good friends with Paul McCartney, right? And he ended up buying the rights to the Beatles' music over Paul.
Yeah,
and there's a lot of bad. Oh, that was not good. Right?
Yeah, and when you name your kid Blanket, people aren't going to like
it. Name your kid Blanket. Yeah.
I mean, you go to school. Blanket.
Yeah, hey.
Blanket. Are you here? Come on.
10 people bring you a blanket. They don't know. I don't know.
And have you ever seen the woman that he had his kids with?
No.
Oh.
Could have done better, you think?
He had Brooke Shields at one point.
Right.
He was married. He was married to Lisa Marie.
He was married to Lisa Marie, yeah. Father-in-law was a man. Right. Been in his grave if maybe he's not married. I don't know.
If he wasn't buried, that might have put him down.
That might have been what drove him to preaching. I don't know. I think.
But that, if you remember, I don't know if you remember that wedding, but Lisa Marie looked so unhappy anytime Michael Jackson touched her.
Hard to believe, right?
She just looked like watch any of the videos that you see of Michael and Lisa Marie, and you're gonna be hard pressed to find Lisa Marie Presley smiling at any point. But
I remember being a small kid and seeing, the Inquirer, right? This is almost like before the internet.
Oh, I remember
right?
the Inquirer. That's how you got all your
news, right? It was right next to the World News with the Bat Boy, right?
Yeah, right.
The Driftwood store had a little newsstand, and I remember standing down there and reading all this stuff. That's where I learned about the Bat Boy. And
he finally died.
Did he?
Yeah,
that's a shame.
Yep, I was standing. I was getting a hoagie down it. and it was on the newsstand.
It was on down there.
Bat Boy found dead in cave.
Dead in cave.
Yeah,
of course in a cave, right?
Yeah,
of all places.
Yeah,
the bat.
I don't know.
Bat. And he's a boy, but he lives in a cave. Yeah, it's I miss that magazine. I do, because there was boobies in it too. Well, not. I don't know if they were
full on.
Well, I mean, a boy of 8 or 10 was.
Hey, I had the Sears catalog.
Took what we could get.
I had all the
pre-internet. That's pre-internet, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had all the boobs I can get. All you when we got the Sears catalog,
right,
the big one,
right.
women's underwear.
So
That's where I went.
this isn't fair to me, right? I'm considered a millennial. I am not a millennial. There's no way. 84 is that weird year.
Okay,
come on. All right. All right.
You can't be a millennial because of where you grew up.
That's probably, we were 10 or 20 years behind, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys didn't even know what telephones were until 6 years ago.
Right. No.
You still have a phone booth there.
We do have a phone. There's no phone in it, but we do a couple, right? One at the Willows, one in Driftwood. Yeah, there was. My dad used to say he was going to have his funeral at the phone booth in Driftwood. That was what he used to say, right? But no, I don't know. It just I think at 1984 kids get a bad rap. Like I remember all the stuff pre-internet, right? And then you're going to try and call me a millennial now.
I don't get the millennial, Gen Z, all this stuff. I don't understand it. I don't know what it means.
It's we're always trying to put people in box.
What's this new group of D-Gens we have floating around?
I don't know.
There's this new young crowd that's coming up that have a zero work ethic and think they should start in management because they graduated high school. Who are these kids?
I don't know. I guess that's more.
Show up to a job interview in a pair of
freaking
freaking sweatpants.
I get accused of that. I don't think I'm part of that.
Is that millennials?
Tell me, I think
Gen Z.
Gen Z. Is that after millennials, Croc? All right.
Yeah, that's like Aubrey.
Am I a boomer?
Okay. No, you were not a boomer. Boomers ended at my mom's at the tail end of boomers, and she's 60. So 61, 62, I thought was the end of boomers. Then it goes to Gen X or Z. I can't remember.
X.
Okay. You're Gen Z, I think.
No, he's Gen X.
What does that mean? Why?
Again, we got to put
group.
People...
It's just
It sounds like
date. It's from this certain year to this certain year. Everyone born in that group are considered part of this generation, and the next generation starts.
You got to put everybody in a box.
But what are we? Are we superheroes or the Gen Xers?
Wow, no, you guys not that great. No, I mean it started with World War II, right? They're the greatest generation, right? Then we went to the boomers after the greatest generation. The next generation was the boomers.
Just eras.
What I missed?
Eras. Okay, so I'm in the era that I was born in defines me.
Yeah. Right. That's not right. Right. It's not right. That's what I'm saying. How am I a millennial? How am I a millennial? And down at the Driftwood store reading the world news.
Yeah.
How's that make me a millennial? Tell me. That's all.
When did you get internet?
What I remember, we got internet 97. I remember we had a gateway. All right, did the dial up, ding, ding, ding. Oh yeah, no, we were
and right to the porn.
No, I didn't. I don't know. Yeah,
do you remember Gore Gallery?
Who?
Gore Gallery.
Yeah, Orgish. You remember Orgish?
When they remember Two Girls, One Cup?
Yeah, that's all off. That's all off Orgish. And what were they considered?
It was
shock sites.
It was just grotesque.
Right.
People blowing their brains out.
There's still stuff out there. What was the last one called? There's one out there now.
So I remember we got internet. Dominic, I don't know how old you were. We lived down here on the Rich Valley.
My face.
We had been living down here on the Rich Valley Road.
On the Rich Valley,
and I had to dial up.
Yeah.
And I found out how I could create my own website. So I started. And even back then I was a little radical. It was the True Democratic Coalition. Yeah, and I was going to start recruiting people into this, and we were just going to be like bulls.
Wear anarchy signs and walk around and steal stuff from the little shop. What are you going to do? You're going to start pillaging the little shopper down there?
No, we're going to start training out in the woods and
rolling around stumps and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I know where this is going.
We were going to be like
Joe Carlos.
Like these weird paintballers that think they're actually warriors,
right?
That go out on the weekend with their little paintball guns and play war games,
right? Well, you wouldn't play the real thing.
I used to do that.
The difference is you recover from a paintball,
right? What worst thing you take is one to the face, right?
Yeah. zing a 7.62 by their head and see if they want to play anymore.
A little different.
Yeah, a little different. If you're going to do it, we're going to do it.
Right.
So, yeah. So Michael Jackson, dead or alive? What are we saying here?
Dead.
Dead.
Dead? Okay.
Dead.
Yeah, we're going to go with
Elvis
dead.
Presley, though?
It
75% chance alive.
or did not die when said died. Because I don't know if this Bob Joyce is still alive.
Yeah.
I didn't go that far into it.
Yeah.
Because I didn't want to know.
Living on the top of the Opryland, I hear? That's the way. Nobody's allowed in the top of Opryland, right? The second floor?
Oh, yeah?
You didn't know this? And then Trump went up there not long ago?
He did.
Yeah.
What's up there?
I don't know. No, he didn't say. He wouldn't say.
Hank Williams.
Bob Joyce, probably.
No, Bob Joyce is preaching in a church.
Well, the guy lives somewhere. I don't know. It's something. It's odd though. It's strange, right? They say it's for the respect, right? It's out of respect to why nobody goes on the second floor. But I don't know.
Why did he live up?
Yeah, that was his living quarters, right? That was where he actually passed away too. That was the bathroom up there.
Not
Yeah. No,
where at?
the upstairs of Graceland.
Graceland. You said
What did I say?
You said like the Grand Old Opry.
No,
or
no, I'm
something.
sorry, Graceland.
I'm like, what the
I'm
hell
on my
are you
second
talking
drink.
about?
Easy, I'm on my second drink. Yeah, Graceland.
For God's sakes, you're leading the YouTubers astray with your false facts.
Oh my God,
it's fake news.
Fake news. I would not want to publish fake news. I apologize.
That was an untrue truth.
Yeah.
We do not want those.
No, we're not. That's not us.
All right, here's another one.
Yeah.
And Croc, I'm going to pull you in on this because I think
Croc's been silent tonight.
Yeah,
he's
been
staying in the
kind
shadows.
of silent tonight.
Too much from the weekend, I think.
I think it was
too much exposure.
It was too much.
I seen he did the old Irish exit.
There's a lot of people.
Yeah.
I also think he might have indulged a bit.
Don't we all?
So
A little bit.
But Jim Morrison.
Oh,
Alive.
shut up! Really?
Yes.
I love the Doors. You don't like the Doors, by the way. I'm going on record. I know you don't like the Doors.
Neither do I.
I do not like the Doors.
I love the Doors. What's wrong with the Doors? They were ahead of their time was the problem. They were ahead of their time, Stephen.
What are you talking about?
With their music, they were ahead of their time.
It sounded like all the other music of the era.
Bullshit. Absolutely not. LA Woman, you're going to sit here and tell me LA Woman was just like anything else out there. You're going to sit there.
The Doors have some good songs, but overall...
The Doors what?
They have some good songs, but
LA Woman, I will. Anything else with synthesized...
Peace Frog.
Anything else with synthesized organs, I'm sorry. You're just electric light
Whiskey
orchestra.
Bar.
Don't even know what you're talking about. I love a whiskey bar.
Right.
But not the song.
Oh.
Couldn't even tell you that I've ever heard of it.
Show me the way.
No, because he really
make me sing this.
He really sang like he had taken a Xanax.
Oh, I mean, I'm sure it was a lot more than that. I mean, he's in the 27 Club, right?
I don't
supposedly.
Well,
so anyway, we've digressed. Where was this going?
Where this is going is he was in Wayne's World.
Okay, this is new.
True, he was. He was also in that movie, The Doors.
Yes.
How was he in that? And also, how is he also Iceman? That went way.
You
over
guys,
your head.
all right.
Listen.
No, there's a new documentary out on Apple TV.
On Apple TV? Okay, well then I don't believe that.
Look, I'm telling you, I hear what you're saying, right? I went to one of them things in Florida where the medieval knights fight each other, and I swear to God, Gary Garcia was the king.
Jerry Garcia?
Jerry Garcia was the king down there. I know I've seen him.
There's a lot of Jerry Garcia.
There's a lot of them.
Jim Morrison is alive and living in Syracuse, New York.
Of all places.
Exactly. Why wouldn't you?
It's Syracuse. It's very close to Woodstock.
All right.
He lives up there in farmlands.
And how do we know this?
My television told me so.
Okay.
No.
All right.
So,
whoa, we got the phones out now.
So where did Jim Morrison pass away at? Does anybody know?
Hotel room in England, wasn't it?
Actually, Paris, France.
Okay, that's close. I knew it was overseas.
In 1971.
Yep.
I can't.
They don't know that.
So I don't know if anybody, you probably don't remember,
I was
Casey.
not born quite yet. No,
Okay, were you born when they built the Dollar General where the senior center is now?
No, I remember it being there. I remember it being at where the senior center is. Yes.
Okay.
Blue was blue.
When they were building it, they took a bunch of doors and used them to block off the area. So they just had doors like nailed together all the way around the work site.
Okay, like where the mini park used to be.
Yeah, all that whole thing was
They-
all just lined up doors
Yeah.
around it.
Yeah, the mini park was just what was left
And
over.
somebody, some smart person, went down with a big old can of spray paint and wrote Jim Morrison lives on
You could probably take 3 guesses and guess who that was.
it. So that is, come on,
Yeah.
pretty ingenious.
Did we take this entire hike for you to tell that story?
In my experience, right, if that's being written on the wall, the person is likely alive.
I think Jim himself, on his way to Syracuse, stopped and did it.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about that one. I don't know, Steven. But I think I could throw a rope around somebody that did.
I don't know what you're talking about. One other thing. Anybody else? Do you have anybody else that would be in that realm of alive or dead?
Biggie,
Oh, Biggie and Tupac for sure.
for
They're
sure.
both dead.
Well, do we know that?
Listen,
Do we know
Suge
that?
Knight offed Biggie.
Machiavelli, the whole Machiavelli thing. Come on, Machiavelli.
You're talking about the dude that made makeup?
No, Tupac. It was like literally an album entitled Machiavelli, right? And that's what this guy did. Did he die and come back to life or fake his death or some shit like that? I don't know. I'm never prepared to talk about these things from a scholar standpoint, but that's a little bit I know about Machiavelli.
I don't know.
So-
more of a Biggie guy myself. So
Well, I
Hey.
don't know. I'm not. No.
I love
no,
it when
no,
you call
Tup-
me Big Pop. But
Right. No, I'm more of a Tupac. I like Tupac a little better than Biggie. West Coast motherfucker.
Whoa! Whoa!
I don't know if we're gonna throw signs up on here now, but yeah, West Coast all the way.
Whoa, with
Death
what-
row. Death
that
row.
EC's,
I don't
boy,
think I can do the
EC's.
W. I don't know if I can quite get to the W, but whatever. Throw all the way, right?
Wu-Tang.
I'm not sure what side they were on.
I don't
East or
know.
West. Anyway.
Biggie is dead. Good Night killed him. Tupac is dead. Puffy killed him, or as we like to call him,
I don't think
prisoner number 176984.
Yes. Please space, right?
You little twerp.
Yeah, I'm anxious to see what comes out of that. A lot of stuff coming out of the P. Diddy thing. That'll be
All right.
interesting.
So why does it take so long for these things to come out? Okay. Where's P. Diddy's list?
I don't know. I don't. Is there a list? Is there truly a list?
Where's the list from the island?
The Epstein Island thing is a little bit BS. I'm calling BS on that. Why is that not out? Why is that not pinned to the side of the White House right now?
Why did they release?
The problem
Why
is,
did they release all the stuff that was released before?
Here's the problem. I'm gonna tell you what the why it isn't. This is why it isn't, because it probably incriminates some people, some good people too, right? It's not, you know, there's people. We always look at things so black and white, and I don't think this is a black and white one, right? There's people on both sides of the aisle and both.
Oh, no,
that-
Oprah was there.
Right. Well, yeah.
Oprah's a bad person.
Yeah, I'm not a fan.
Bad person.
Not a fan, right? I mean,
No. Oprah's been holding Ice Cube down for years.
Yeah?
Yeah. Dissing him.
Mm.
Dissing the Cube.
don't diss the cube.
Straight up. Has everybody else from Barbershop on the show, but not the Cube.
Not the cube. I didn't know that. I didn't know that was a thing.
Oh, yeah. Oprah just flat out.
Jealous.
No.
Because he's done well for himself too.
Yeah, but doesn't like his politics.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah. There you go.
There you go.
It all comes down to why can't we all just get along?
Well, I can't. It's
Just
I like the diversity. I like diversity.
diversity is what makes America great.
Well, it's just yes. It's
But
what
it-
makes
it-
life.
it-
It makes life interesting.
All right. Heard something today. Why do you love America?
Why do I love America? Just for the reason you said, and the freedom to be able to do what we want. I've taken
You know how many
liberties on
free
some.
nations there
I
are?
know you're going to give me that thing, but
Everybody, oh, it's our freedom.
our
It's our
freedom,
freedom.
but-
Canada has freedom. England has freedom. France has freedom.
You know what?
Japan has freedom.
It's a fucking news clip. No, there's things that we have that others don't. There is things that we, the freedom of the press, all of them. You got to look at the whole picture, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they have the whole picture.
I'm 100% pro America.
I mean, you
patriot.
must have an agenda here. What are you trying to say?
My agenda is stop using the buzzwords and speak from the heart when somebody asks you that question.
Right.
And basically,
which I will add is, by the way, our scholarship question. Right.
But basically, you know why?
What?
Because you don't know anything else.
No.
You don't know anything else. Ask an immigrant why they love America, and you get the truth.
Oh, I believe that. Yeah, you're right.
And again,
Or
I'm
product of our environment. Product of your environment.
Yes.
Right. I had all that growing up. Right. You did too, right?
Yeah,
we had
absolutely.
it all growing up.
We've had it.
I'm very blessed.
100% blessed.
Right.
Because our grandparents or my great grandparents, whatever your people's lineage is. Did you see what France wants the Statue of Liberty back?
I heard something about that. Whatever. Come and get it.
Yeah.
They couldn't.
You know what I'd do if
that'd be my message. My message. They said no. Like,
what's the Statue of Liberty made out of?
It's bronze. Bronze. Yeah, I can't remember. Copper. It's not
copper. I
think it's
copper.
It's copper.
Is
Copper is
What's the price of copper per pound right now? Let's tear that son of a bitch down. We'll turn it in for scrap metal and pay down some of our freaking deficit. There you go, France. What do you think of that? We've been covering your ass. You're lucky you aren't German right now.
That was a yeah. If you guys, I guess you're not speaking German. Seriously,
cowards.
Seriously, come and get it. Come and get it, you fuckers.
The French are freaking cowards. Cowards. Absolutely. And here's another thing. Why, when you fly into Ireland and you land at the airport, is there a whole section devoted to Barack Obama?
I didn't hear about that.
Why?
There's a lot of countries like that. A lot of countries are like that.
I didn't hear about that.
Ridiculous.
I've seen it in a lot of.
What, there's subsidy or what?
They just
no, they just they love the guy.
him and Big Mike are getting a divorce. Yeah.
I didn't hear that.
Yep. Him and Big Mike are going to call her quits. Yep. He must have found.
I mean, he's
must
done the last couple events alone.
He must have found another man.
He might.
I'm just saying.
I don't buy that.
I'm gonna. You know what? I'm gonna find the clip of the guy
Obama
of the guy that took the lie detector and passed about pleasing Barack Obama orally.
You guys, you're all with Michelle Obama does not have a dick. Okay.
I'm not saying she does now, but there was one there. There was one there at some point.
Mate,
Just saying. I don't. Hey, Big Mike. The hell is that all about? Not a fan of the guy.
Whatever.
He caused the diversity. He caused all of the hate in the United States that were.
Yeah, but didn't try to fix it?
No. Was there any talk? Think about right before he gets elected. Where were we? 100% united.
Yeah, we just got off of 9/11.
United.
Bush was coming off his first term, did his second term after 9/11, and he was done. And he ran against
the Mormon guy.
McCain? No, it was Mitt Romney.
Mitt Romney.
Is it McCain or Mitt Romney? I can't remember
Romney,
which one.
I think.
Yes.
So
John Kerry.
John Kerry.
Well,
maybe.
John Kerry's Democratic, so
it was Mitt Romney because I remember.
No, because John Kerry was in the primaries with Barack.
Yeah,
I believe.
But I think it was Mitt Romney
Kerry lost though. Who Kerry lose to?
To Barack Obama in the primaries. I thought.
Or in the
No, he was running for president.
Had to have been in 2004.
And he was running against. He ran against Bush on the second term.
Yeah, that's what it was.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
Because Bush beat Gore, right? First time.
Yes.
The first
with
first
the
round
dangling
was
Chad.
Yes.
Out of Florida.
The hanging Chad.
Yeah, dangling Chads out of Florida got him. Got him in there.
Thank you, Florida.
Yeah. But
Two elections in a row, they couldn't fucking pick the right dot.
So we were united. We were one nation. I mean, everybody was proud. And then Barack gets elected and completely divides us.
Yeah, it's going way back.
I'm just saying.
Been a lot happened.
I know, but that's where it started.
Yeah.
Now, if you see, and I hate to say it, Big Daddy Trump.
Problem is,
starting to bring people together. Heck, even Lurch was wearing a suit.
Lurch.
Whatever his name is.
Our guy?
Yeah, what's his name, Dom? He's from Braddock. Nothing good ever came out of Braddock, I'll tell you that right now. If you've ever been to Braddock.
The boy's trying.
Out of the Furnace. You ever watch Out of the Furnace?
Yeah, Braddock.
John Fetterman.
John Fetterman. I want to know what's under those blacked out tattoos on John Fetterman's arms.
I didn't know he had blacked out tattoos.
Big, just black stripes that something's blacked out. I'd like to know.
We know a little bit about that stuff.
I'd like to know the past.
Well, maybe there's something there. Yeah.
And you're going to see him. He's flipped.
I know. He's all.
He has flipped.
He's
That's because he knows where his job lies.
That's right.
He's
smarter than he looks.
Obviously, at least now he can form a sentence.
Yeah, he's smarter than he looks.
The brain from the stroke healed. How does a man that is fully, well, I don't even have to, I just answered my own question. How does a man that is totally incoherent win an election? And then I remember that Joe Biden won. Never mind.
Right.
Never mind.
Right.
We know how it happened.
Well, the auto pen. Yeah, the auto pen one, right?
At least Biden could speak when he first ran, at least for the campaign.
He
can make sentences, and he actually sounded like somewhat like he did before.
It's funny if you look at the politicians. Go back and look at especially these lifelong politicians. These people that have done, that's their entire life. That's what they've done. Go back and look at their speeches from 30 years. Joe Biden was he was for segregated schools.
I know. Oh, yeah.
I mean,
use the N-word.
He used the N-word, and he was a card-carrying member of the KKK.
I don't know that, but he was not in the best light.
No,
not in the best light.
And we elect him as president.
Well,
and his son Hunter is pretty much old rich Republicans' son.
Right. No, you're
Except
right. You're right.
He's just a Democrat.
You're right, Croc.
Right.
You're right. He's just an old cokehead, right?
Yeah, he is. And everybody has always said that the Republicans, it's the party of the rich. It always was the party of the rich. Not anymore. It's the party of the downtrodden. It's the party of the common man. No, but our bank accounts are almost exactly the same.
14
minus a couple
kids,
zeros.
9 different
Minus,
baby
yeah,
mamas.
a lot. Just zeros is all I'm missing. I get a couple more zeros on there. I'm right there with them.
Did you shoot a rocket up the other day?
No, but I
or at least
I did light a bottle rocket.
They did light a bottle rocket on.
I did.
That landed in my backyard.
Probably.
Yeah.
Speaking of your
you
backyard,
recovered that. What?
Whoa.
Oh, here we go.
Something. I was at work, busy as always, and I get a text message. Casey's on his mower.
Yes.
What was that?
I took plow off and I put the deck on. I'm ready.
That's all you did.
Oh,
or did you drive it around?
Oh yeah, I did a little mowing. I did some cutting just to see. I leveled it. I leveled the deck. I still got to do front to left. I don't think I quite have it
front to left
or front. Yeah, front to back. Front to back. I still got to do front to back. But yeah, I got her. I'm ready. I'm ready for grass season this year.
If you just mow it.
Yeah. Oh no, I get it. But you gotta mow it, right? You gotta mow it.
Let's try something new this year. Well, let's try something really ingenious and new.
Okay.
Let's pick the stuff up in the yard instead of mowing around it.
I know. I got a few limbs. There's a burn ban on. I don't know what to tell you. There's a burn ban. There's a burn ban on.
Why?
I don't make burn bans. The fire department does, don't they? Or...
I went by Smokey the Bear today and it said mild.
He wasn't high?
No. Smokey the Bear said, I'm sorry, Smokey Bear. There's no the in it.
Shut up. There's a the.
No, there is not.
Smokey.
Smokey Bear.
I feel like I gotta look into this.
I am going to tell you it is Smokey Bear,
Next-
and the reason I know
Okay.
is my grandfather brought the Smokey Bear program to this area,
Well,
and he played Smokey Bear until he could no longer play Smokey Bear.
if we're gonna get into a measuring contest here, I tell you.
It's 2-1. It's definitely Smokey Bear.
Really?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And it was a bear cub that was rescued,
Canada. This is Canada.
from a fire, and
Yes.
they called him Smokey.
I did know that.
Obviously, his name is Smokey, just Smokey.
Just Smokey. He just happened.
He just happens to be
There's
a
the
bear.
modifier at the end that he's a bear.
Yes.
He's
So
Smokey.
why? I mean, I'm not like Steve the human.
Well, I mean, maybe you are. You're Steve the human.
No, I'm Steve Human. Oh,
I see.
you see where I'm going with this?
You said the old man. Took
Picked
over
up
his
his-
table and saw.
So-
All right.
Jim Morrison's alive.
Yeah.
We going with alive?
I don't know.
I don't know. Syracuse.
Morrison.
Why wouldn't you not want to live in Syracuse?
I don't know.
I mean,
No.
I don't know. The only thing that was I remember, the only thing that was good, the only thing that was going on in Syracuse was Kodak. And I don't even think Kodak exists anymore, do they?
Finger Lakes. Finger Lakes is
The
awesome.
Finger Lakes. Yeah. It's. I don't know. I don't buy it. Yeah. Even Elvis, I give a 75% chance. I think he is alive, but there's a fairly good chance he's not too.
Okay, here's one. Keith Richards, alive or dead?
Oh Christ, he's gonna bury us all. That guy is actually Willie Nelson is 2 or 3 years older. So
let's-
everybody's on Keith Richards, but Willie Nelson's got.
Let's go by looks.
Yeah, I know.
You go by looks.
Yeah,
Keith Richards been dead for like 15 years.
absolutely. They just brought him up. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah. We all got to
man.
worry about what kind of world we're gonna leave our, Keith Richards.
It'd just be him and Willie Nelson
Yeah.
smoking a big old joint.
I know. And Dolly's still hanging on too, right?
Cheech and Chong too.
Oh yeah, Cheech and Chong. Yep.
They're killing it.
Oh, and Cheech and Chong are back.
They're back. They're fully back.
Back.
They're not in their 90s. That's the problem. Is they're not.
They're in their 80s.
Yeah.
Are they in their 80s?
They're mid 80s. Yeah.
Cheech Marin and Tommy Chong.
Tommy Chong at least is. I don't know if Cheech
Tommy
Marin
Chong
is,
had
but
a
Tommy Chong is
dog.
like.
I
85.
remember being a kid and watching Born in the East LA. My brother had taped it and had it on a tape. It was the unedited version. too.
he's
Yeah, that's a good movie. That's a
Up
good
in
movie.
Smoke.
Yeah.
If you listen to some of their albums, they were great. See, back in the day, we had to actually listen to comedy albums.
Right. I used to listen to Bill Cosby.
Oh, what the fuck?
Didn't age well. I know. But he
I'll
was
tell
funny.
you-
He was funny. He was funny.
So
Okay.
Bill Cosby's album, if you want to listen to a good Bill Cosby album called Lighter Than Air,
Yeah.
listen to that one. Great comedy album. I think this was right at the height of the date rape drug.
No, he was he was very good. He was very
Great comedian and very, very clean.
Oh yeah, that was yes.
See how he played football for Stanford.
Temple.
Yes.
Philly.
Yeah,
You got down
Yeah,
in Philly.
right down Philly.
Yep.
So he tells a story about he's playing football, they're playing in a big game, it's going to be televised. Because you got to remember, not all the college games were televised.
Right.
This one was going to be televised. He gets kicked in the nuts.
Mhm. Yes, I remember this
Yes.
one, but go ahead.
So but the coach had told everybody, if you get kicked in the nuts, oh my thumb, and you grab your thumb and hold it down. Well, doesn't Bill Cosby get kicked in the nuts? Oh my thumb. And then he talks about playing football in the backyard. Okay, you're the bottle cap and you're the piece of glass laying out the football plays. The best skit that he does is Noah.
The Noah one. Zuba.
Noah.
Noah.
What?
What?
You gotta go listen to Lighter
Yes.
Than Air.
Absolutely.
Really good. Cheech and Chong, Sister Mary Elephant, all that stuff on their albums.
Even him doing the one about the kids in the cake. Remember the kids in the cake? He goes,
Yeah.
we want breakfast. Cake has eggs. and eggs. And we got basically
the first comedian I remember really seeing doing a comedy special, and it was on HBO. And I remember we could get HBO on our dial TV by that extra little spinny thing on the back.
right.
You went to channel 4,
Yes.
and between 4 and 5, you spun that thing, and HBO would come in and have all squiggly lines in it, but every once in a while it'd go clear.
Yep.
And it was Eddie Murphy.
Oh,
Hell
yes.
yeah.
And I was just absolutely blown away by Eddie Murphy.
By what? Somebody saying the F word on the TV? Or
No, Eddie Murphy was just
It's
so
just
funny.
Hilarious. And
Especially his early comedy stand-ups were so good, so funny.
Your kid's a freaking Sasquatch. Goody Goo Goo. The stuff that he came up with, amazing.
I can't relate to that one. That one I didn't see.
Go back and another one. Go back and watch Eddie Murphy live. Great.
He's one of my favorite comedians ever.
Yep, great.
And
then he started,
actors.
and then he started doing Dr. Doolittle and all that bullshit.
Well, but that's but that's
the money.
No, it didn't. No, it didn't. He's got so much money now. He's got like 200 million from Netflix to do 4 movies, and they were all really good.
He's got to be a half billion.
Really, really
He's gotta
good.
be about a
Really,
half
really
billion.
good.
Here's one. Prince.
Yeah.
Is he dead?
Yeah, he's
dead.
He's dead.
Prince wouldn't do that. What Prince would do would fake his death and then come back like a week.
Well,
later.
he didn't. His name really
Or,
was
like-
Prince.
What
Well,
was his name?
I don't know. When
the
he
artist
died, it was
formerly
just
known
a
as Prince.
symbol.
no, he came back to Prince.
He
He
did.
went back to Prince before
So
he died.
what? So if you have another great
Kevin-
movie,
Kevin
go out there
Smith
and watch it.
Kevin Smith confirmed that the guy that did Clerks and all that shit.
But
He's the
go out and
last
watch
one of the
Purple
last
Rain.
person to talk to him.
Oh yeah.
Purple Rain.
Oh,
Great
it's on
movie.
TV. It's on TV all the
But
time.
you know, that was a contract thing. He was trying to like prove a point there, right?
Yeah.
That's where that whole everybody think, oh, he's nuts, right? The man was actually just trying to prove a point that they who was it? Not Eddie Murphy. It was
Charlie Murphy.
Charlie Murphy gave a speech.
Charlie
on
Murphy.
this. he gave a speech on this why he did this whole change his name to Prince thing, and it has to do with his music and owning the rights to his music and all that jazz there. So that's good looking into too.
The artist that he created, amazing, absolutely amazing. Some of the artists that he actually created and brought up. Sheila E.
Hell yeah.
Come on,
Love her.
Sheila E. was amazing. Still is.
No, yeah, she is.
Uh,
She's amazing. I've seen her live. She's incredible.
And
She
if
came
you
out
take-
and played
so-
with.
I don't know if you
Pearl
remember
Jam.
the bald chick that held up the picture of the Pope on Saturday Night Live and ripped it in half.
Sigourney Weaver. No, it was
Sinead O'Connor.
Sinead
Sinead
O'Connor.
O'Connor.
One of them. God damn it! I miss them. I get them mixed up. All right.
So
Nothing compares to you.
is a Prince song.
She's like considered like a legend
I
because
mean,
of that.
great songwriter and just a fantastic performer.
He's in my top 5 favorite guitar players of all time.
Oh, the unbelievable. I remember getting, again, date myself here. I got Prince's album and listening to Little Red Corvette.
Oh yeah.
And if you listen to that song and understand,
Oh yeah. No,
Oh.
yeah. That's a very sexual song.
and
For that time period. Holy
Oh.
shit! They put that on the radio.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
had a pocket full of Trojans.
Right. Well.
And then some of them used. That was a little disgusting.
Right. No. The whole song is very.
Very sexual.
It's not even. They're really not even trying to hide it.
No.
I mean, it doesn't
No, he
take.
never tried to hide anything.
No, there's not much of it. You don't need much
For God's sakes, he
imagination.
humped the stage every night
Yeah,
like a weirdo.
he was a little odd, but I'm telling you, he gets a bad rap for that
He
whole
was
name
awesome.
change thing. And I'm telling you, it was genius what he did. It was he was just trying to prove a point, and he.
Well,
Yeah.
I didn't get the point, so it wasn't proven. to
Yeah,
me,
I don't
so-
look it up.
And I'm the only one that really matters.
Is that okay?
And I mean, that's the way I look at things.
Right?
There's me, and then everyone else.
Everyone else.
That's
I like Raspberry Beret.
the kind you find in the secondhand store. Those ones.
Mm-hmm. Raspberry Beret.
Casey's over here like, what?
I think I get it. But
I mean, hey, Prince.
I got something. If
Oh,
you got
God,
if you
no.
got a minute, all right.
Well, let me see.
No, all right.
Yep. All right.
We were talking
have-
last
we
week,
have a little
right?
bit.
We were
Mhm.
talking about names. Right?
Mm-hmm.
And you said something. You told Clicks Girl a story about being named after some tree in Brooklyn or some
The
shit
book
like that.
name. There's a tree. A tree grows in Brooklyn.
All right, here I got you something. I wrapped it just like any man should wrap it.
Oh, here
In
we
the
go.
The original, This is how
No
any
way.
man should wrap up a gift.
Oh, look at a gift. Really? There's like multiple books in here.
No, just one, but yeah.
Oh,
and you could probably guess by now what it is.
I can.
Yeah.
I can. And oh yeah. A Tree Grows in Brooklyn by Betty Smith. Very
You said
cool.
you never read it. How can
No,
you
I
not
didn't.
fucking read a book that you're named after?
I don't know. I'm just
How the
going,
fuck you not read a book you're named after?
I don't know. Holy shit, that's some small type, bud.
I know. Yeah, I didn't.
There's a lot
I
of
didn't
pages.
spring for the large type.
That's why we have Amazon Prime. You get the audiobook for
There's
free.
a lot of pages.
Well,
here.
at least you have a hard copy. Give it to your.
No, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. You are, that's awesome. There you go. Tree Grows in Brooklyn. Read it. Good book by Betty Smith.
But I think books are your favorite gift now.
I know.
So what, you got a library started?
Yeah, and remember, we were supposed to do some book trading.
Yes, I have the Hunter Thompson book. Is that the one we were
That
trade?
That sounds cool.
No, I think it was the
I thought I was trading you the Hunter S. Thompson book, the Hell's Angels story.
Yes, the Hell's Angels story, and I was going to give you the Matthew McConaughey book.
Yes, that's
a
which
really good
which
one.
was really
We were
great.
just talking about that.
Yeah.
So up until
Casey, I have that. I have that in the audio version too.
Okay.
And he talks it.
If
McConaughey actually talks it and tells the story,
Oh, that'd
it's
be
fucking awesome.
if you read this book, you will be reading it, and it is his voice in your head.
Yeah,
as
you
you're,
can tell he actually wrote it.
It's written so well by him that you are actually, his voice is in your head as you're reading it.
I bet. Yeah.
It's just what a great book. And up until a couple years ago, I went through high school without reading a book.
I know you said that. Yeah.
I just didn't get into reading. And then
well, you read the only book. I think the only book you said you only read that you read was John Dracula's book.
Dave Dracula.
Dave Dracula. Yeah.
So when Dave Dracula wrote his book, that was the first book that I ever read cover to cover.
I'd like to read that book. I've
And-
never read.
We used to have a copy of it.
I really like that man. Nice. What
You
a
can probably
great guy.
Yeah. And the neat thing was, because it was written about, the stories were around here.
Okay.
I knew I knew where he was talking about when he explained, I was on this ridge. I knew where he was at, and you could picture it. So then I got into this reading. The next book was Dan Gable.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Biography.
Yep.
That I read. You have no idea who Dan Gable is.
No, that one I don't know.
Dan Gable is
a folk style. He's a wrestling pioneer.
Yes, he is. When wrestling is mentioned, you cannot say wrestling without using the name Dan Gable.
Unfortunately, he's associated with the Iowa Hawkeyes, but
He is, but
That's
great
okay.
man, and just it was a great book. So then I got into reading, and I did some Louis L'Amour's.
Oh, I'd love that. Yeah.
Old
Western tales. Yeah.
That were really good.
and you were in college and you had to read.
Yeah, then I was in college and I had to read books. So I went to college when I was 40. For you YouTubers out there, it's never too late to go out and get yourself educated. I was 40 years old. And I was a full-time student at the greatest university in the world, the Pennsylvania State University, Penn State. Go Nittany Lions. And by the way, they're kicking everybody's butt in the NCAA tournament right now in wrestling, in case anybody wanted to know. But I had to read there. And I also got into writing.
Okay.
I got pretty big into writing and almost like a short, very, very short.
I remember you writing about the CCC camps and stuff for another gig you were doing.
And I did that, but I wrote one story and it was called My Friend the Mountain, and it just talked about the mountain behind my house.
Okay.
And when I used to just walk up on the hill and I could just sit on a tree and just
That sounds.
relax.
Yeah.
At that point when I wrote that story, I was a little more uneducated in sustainable forestry, and it was almost like it was almost like a tree hugger.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, it kind of
We all grow, right? That's what it's
kind of
about.
went in
No,
that
that's-
direction. And then again, I went and I got educated, and I now know
Right.
the whole thing, how sustainable forestry works and the good that it does. But yeah, so I was 40 years old in college, partying with the 18-year-olds. It was a good time.
It's true. Mom used to have to go over there and pick him up sometimes. So he's like right there, right in some college house right down the road from the campus.
I'd call and I'd say, "Hey, I'm not coming home tonight. There's a big party over at the
Party with the boys.
I'm going over to the party. Come on."
What was the Irish bar?
That's why I was like, say you got a 40 year hang out with the 18-year-old.
Now you got to understand,
as probably bought him the fucking beer.
Well, there was some guys there that were older.
there were some older guys.
Don't incriminate. Don't incriminate.
There were some
yourself.
21-year-olds there too.
21-year-olds there, but everybody was over 18. But be the guy, be the 40-year-old guy sitting at a college party in a chair in a corner and watching.
I don't know.
It's and you get the thing that you get is you get their perspective on things a lot, especially what I learned. And again, this generation, I'm just going to throw it out there.
This generation, we've been full circle. We've come full circle now.
I showed up every day dressed to the T. You're going to school. You're going to a university. I sat in the front row every class.
I did that. I did the front row.
Now,
yeah, front
everybody
row.
else walked in their pajama pants and their sweatpants.
Yep.
Title.
You are going to a university that costs a lot of money. Take that shit seriously.
I'm gonna learn, and whatever the fuck makes me comfortable, I'm gonna tell you that. If you think I'm putting on a pair of jeans and button up shirt, and I'm gonna wake up in the morning and take a shower, and comb my hair and go sit in a classroom for 3 to 6 hours a day and try to learn
not 3
shit.
to 6 hours a day.
Well, I mean, that's all your classes were a day.
Exactly.
I mean, but and have to sit in like a shitty chair behind a desk and not be comfortable while you're doing it.
You're not supposed to be comfortable.
Yes, you
should. Awake.
Yes, you should. How you supposed to take in shit when you're sitting there trying to?
Well,
you can't focus on shit.
All right, I'm gonna ask you a question. You have a degree, correct? 4-year degree?
Yeah.
In what?
5-year.
5. Okay. Well, it took you an extra year. In what?
Sociology.
Okay. And you are a criminologist now, FBI agent?
No. Unfortunately, I never started working for SVU or whatever the fuck it is I wanted to do. No.
Again, if you
I'm glad I'm not because I think that the only reason that I chose that degree is because it had the least amount of math.
Okay, if you were to do this all over again, would you choose to go to school for a 4-year degree?
No, I wouldn't go to school at all.
Or would you choose a trade?
I would have started a TikTok if I'm being completely honest, but no, I would probably a trade, or I would have, if I were to do it over again, I would have taken 2 years off and then went to college for whatever. Doesn't matter if it was a trade or college or university, whatever. I would have taken 2 years off. Then if I still wanted to go to college, I would have went to college, but if not.
My point being, at 18 years old, do you know what you want to do for the rest of your life?
Fuck no, when I was 17, that was even worse.
Casey is probably...
And I was really actually 16 when I was making the decision because that's when I was applying to colleges.
Right. In case you're an exception to the rule. You have a
4-year degree in engineering.
In engineering.
And
were you specialized or just you're an engineer?
Just an engineer.
So when you go there, are the trains there for you to drive?
Look, I don't drive them. I just shovel the coal.
Oh, okay.
That's all I do.
I
don't drive.
Do they have the trains there for you to drive or not?
I'm the most boring person. Like 9th grade, I knew I wanted to be an engineer. And I did it. That's it. I don't know. I just knew. I don't know. I actually, if you really want to get into it, it was wood shop. I wanted to take wood shop, and at the time, the teachers were making us. Okay, if you take a wood shop, you gotta take a drafting class.
I took all the drafting courses.
Right, and that's where I liked. I actually liked the drafting part more than the wood and the metal, and just got into the CAD part of it. Then I remember one day, Mr. Murray. Now, of all the teachers, 3 of them, there was Zoff, Signs, and Murray. Right now, they all contributed to. I would say my success. Right,
Okay.
they all played a small part, but Murray was one that I used to like literally go to the lab like early in the morning, lunch, if I had a free period, just screw around and learn.
Who did your drafting courses?
Zosh and Signs mostly, but it was
What did
Zosh mainly.
these guys know about drafting is what I want.
Oh, Zosh actually did draw for industry. He was a
Okay.
drafter for
So
GKN and Pennsylvania Press Metal at the time. Yeah.
I had a drafting teacher, so I took mechanical drawing.
Yeah, mechanical drawing. You're right. That's what it was.
I did my 3D meshing gears.
Yep.
Little scumbag.
Oh yeah, you get them so you can T-square can move and blah blah blah. Yep.
We didn't have any CAD at all.
Not back then.
None.
If he did, it would have been like one supercomputer, right? Like
everything was done by hand, and so I took mechanical drawing, engineer drawing, and the other one was there was 3 drafting courses, and it was with Mr. Codwell.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Mr. Codwell was a great drafting teacher. I wish, and I've run into him a couple times since my time in school. When I was in high school, I was probably not the best.
No.
I might have been a little unruly. And I might have made Mr. Codwell's life just a little bit less enjoyable.
Yeah.
During those years. And I remember I was at a graduation party. Now I know Mr. Codwell's son pretty well, and a nice young man. And he's a great craftsman. Yeah. I mean, as far as buildings, and amazing the work that this kid does. I'm at this graduation party, and who do I see? Mr. Codwell sitting there. I got a big stogie, a beer. Mr. Codwell comes over. He's got his pipe and a beer, and he always smelled like pipe tobacco because he smoked the pipe.
I love that smell.
And he had the Amish beard, a red Amish beard.
No mustache.
And he come over with just this smile on his face, like, you actually made it to adulthood.
No.
You're still alive.
Oh my
Good
God.
for you. But yeah, and we talked, and I mean, just a great gentleman, and so we always had graph paper.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And Mr. Codwell had a habit of so we all had a piece of graph paper, and every time he'd say we'd put a check and see how many he'd say in one class. Bad. I mean, I was just a bad kid in school. I remember as a young kid in grade school, you didn't get like a 95, this. It was A, B, C, D, E. That was your grade.
Right.
In grade school.
Right.
And there was always the one section on the report card that said conduct.
Oh, here we go.
In conduct for a report card I ever got.
What was it? What? Usually there was a comment. How did you? Yeah, what was it? Comment. You're disruptive.
Sit down.
What was it?
At one point, and this is the truth. The truth. At one point, I was belted into my seat, 2nd grade.
Oh boy,
Mrs. Lund, miserable. I did that. Belted into my seat, and I had a partition around my desk. I was not allowed to see any of the other kids.
You were isolated. Holy cow.
That's the way they treated you back then.
Right. Or that's the way they treated you back then.
But I remember Mrs. Lund had the longest fingernails.
Yeah.
And she would grab you and dig those fingernails into you. This is back when you could abuse kids pretty regularly.
Right.
and nobody really cared.
Or at least you.
I was,
again.
and the funny thing is, I had come up through kindergarten, Mrs. Hagen, beautiful woman, just lovely, treated me very well.
Yeah.
First grade,
didn't want to deal with you, just shove you on to the next grade, right?
and then I get to second grade and I end up with Vampira,
yeah,
that just wants to beat me up all the time. Bad.
I never had a detention.
Never
had one. I was a model student, Steven.
I had 2 months straight.
Yeah, I had in-school suspension.
I was
for
a
week.
model student.
So I got suspended from school,
Yeah.
thrown right out.
I was pretty damn close. A
So
couple times.
Always. You gotta finally
Out of
have a
school
second
suspension.
class.
Yeah,
for a
so
week.
I happen to. So here's the thing. Speaking of Mr. Murray, I'm in Murray's shop.
Mhm.
I know when I leave shop class that I'm gonna meet this kid that's been, we've been going at it,
Okay.
and I'm gonna meet him in the hallway when I leave Murray.
Oh, I heard this.
When I leave Murray's shop.
Yeah. Oh no.
So my dad always told me, back in the day, you just carried a roll of nickels in your pocket. When you were going to hit somebody, you put that roll of nickels in it. There's no,
I still think about that to
a
this
fist
day.
has a lot of give to it. You put a
Right.
roll of nickels in it, it's hard.
You've added some mass. Yeah.
Yeah. So what do I do down there? I cut a piece of pipe in metal shop, just fits in my hand. Perfect. I know I'm going to run into him. We're going to go at it. And I had it in my mind that I was going to punch him in the face. And that was going to be it. And we were going to end it. So I come up the hallway from the shop, and there he is. And he started his jabber John, and I just laid him out with it. And as soon as I hit him, the gym teacher, Mr. Boring, God rest his soul, a great man, walks out of the locker room and immediately grabs a hold of me. And when he does, I drop the pipe.
Hold on.
Up to the office we go. I'm suspended for fighting. That poor kid's
Broke his jaw, didn't he?
he's in a little bit of he's got some problems.
Ugh.
And I'm like, okay, I'm suspended. My mother worked at the school.
Yeah.
The cheerleaders are practicing with their pom-poms out here in front of the office, and I'm sitting in one of the chairs waiting for my mother to come get me and just take me home because I've been suspended. So I grab this cheerleader's pom-pom and I put it on my head, and I'm sitting there. I said, maybe she won't recognize me with my new hairdo. And my mother walks around the corner. So not only am I suspended from school, but my mom's not real happy with me at this point.
Right.
Because I'm thinking that this is a joke.
And here you are acting a fool. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm acting a fool. So I come home. My dad come home from work. You are not suspended from school. So the next day, my dad and I go to the school. My dad walks into the vice principal's office, Uncle Rich Labrosi, and he has a little conversation with Uncle Rich, and I went back to school because he's telling him, why on earth are you giving him what he wants and sending him home? No, keep him here. This is what's going to piss him off. So I went back to school. And, well, here's the neat thing about back in the day. Again, I hate to date myself, but if you had detention and you were an athlete, you know that immediately after school is whatever athletic sport, whatever sport you're playing, practice starts. You are going to be late for practice if you have detention.
Right.
Because it's right after school.
Yep.
And if you're late for practice because you have a detention and you're on the football team, guess what you're doing?
You're running laps.
You're running laps.
Yep.
And it's not around the track, it's the whole fence. It's a long way.
Yep.
I don't like to run. I always tell people, if you see me running, there's two things that you should do. You should realize that there's something chasing me that I can't kill.
Right.
Probably a clown.
Like a clown.
Oh, yeah, the clown, yeah.
Or I just set a bomb somewhere and I'm running from it. So you should run too. Those are the two instances when you see me running.
I remember you used to have American flag cowboy boots and you used to say these colors don't run.
That's right. That's what I said. They were my walking boots.
Yeah.
Because these colors don't run. That's right. Needless to say, we used to be able to go up to Uncle Rich. We called him Uncle Rich. Rich Labrosi was probably one of the best administrators that Cameron County High School ever had. And you could get a whack paddle for every night of detention that you had, and you could get out of detention. Try that now.
No, yeah.
I don't know if you remember Mr. Murray's paddle. You weren't there when Murray would whack you.
No, I was post that. No.
You know, you get caught chewing in the shop.
Used to make you swallow it.
Yeah.
That was
and then you got whacked.
Then you got whacked.
So what he would do, and the thing was, he would never whack you in the, you know, where they had a little room, you take your books in there and set them, then you go to shop class.
Yes.
In that little room, he'd take you in there, but he'd bring another teacher in with him.
Right.
And he had a baseball swing on that thing. And then, of course, when you were done, and it was a common thing, even when I was in 5th, 6th grade, if a teacher paddled you, you got to sign the paddle. It was kind of like a rite of passage. Oh yeah, I got paddled by him, and you would sign the paddle. I ran out of room on Murray's paddle.
Yeah, your own paddle, for Christ's sake.
You know, and the same way with Rich Labrosi. You know, you get 2 months detention. It's a lot of hits.
That's a lot of hits.
You know, and I'd show up, you know, right after classes were over, I'd go up and get my whack and then go to football practice. And then at a certain point, he was like, "This is just ridiculous. I can't hit you anymore.
Yeah,
just go to football practice." But I got 2 months detention for totally destroying the German room.
What'd you do that for?
Well,
he hated Nazis.
So I don't know. Our German teacher was a German. I mean, right out of Germany.
Okay.
Frau Woodley. And she had walked out of the classroom, and we got into like a chalk and eraser battle in there, and basically broke some really expensive shit while we were in there. And
that's why I got suspended for
you
similar.
Young kids that are watching this, what I am saying is, don't do what I did.
Yeah, what have we learned?
What have we learned here today? We learned here today that you don't waste your time going to college, because it's just debt that you're never going to be able to repay.
Don't do it.
Just pay attention in school, and then in high school, and then, you know,
don't drop the pipe.
If you don't drop the pipe, for God's sake,
or the soap,
or the soap.
We'll get into those years much later. I said $20 is $20.
We're about out of time here.
We are.
It has been a long
but it's been a good night.
Yeah.
I don't know. Listen, if you are interested in what we are doing and you like to listen to the stories and, you know, our banter back and forth, please share this with someone. The only way we grow, and it's the only way we can keep doing it. Please share it. Subscribe if you're catching this for the first time. And, you know, we look forward to this. I'm getting to the point where this is really enjoyable for me.
That's fine.
I told my dad was like, "Hey," I talked to him, "What do you got going on today?" "We're broadcasting." "Oh, you and him." I mean, I think we're having fun. I hope the people that are watching are enjoying what we're doing. If you're enjoying it, like I said, like, share, subscribe, do all that cool stuff. We're breaking records with our new followers.
A lot of new followers.
A lot of new followers. Again, that's it for the night.
Go check out our videos from the
check
out
the live videos from there's 3 episodes, part 1, part 2, and part 3.
Yep.
Check them out. There's some interesting people. There's some really interesting conversation.
Good interviews.
Really good interviews. Again, a little bit of fun, but some really, really neat information there. And that's all I got. Casey, you got anything else for tonight?
We're gonna try and keep it interesting, and maybe move this podcast around a little bit. And
I think we're like I said, we've been saying, you know, the weather's starting to break.
Yep.
We got a little cold spell coming, some rainy days. You know, we're still in March.
Yeah.
But I'm looking forward to getting out, and we got to figure out how we're going to mobilize this system little bit more so that we can we're like little man on the street, some man on the street things.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think that'd really be cool for us to get out in the community and some of the surrounding communities and do a little, so that those of you that watch from afar, and actually, Mr. Trump, we're hoping that you can see this and see just what we have going on.
Yeah,
here
thank
in
you
this
for
little town.
subscribing, by the way.
Yeah, I mean, I was amazed. It's great. Put us out on Truth Social, bud. But yeah, so I'm done. You done?
I'm good.
All right.
See you
Hey,
next-
thank you, everybody. We're going to see you real soon. And remember, God bless, and keep in touch with yourself.